Good morning, everyone. Wow, what a turnout. Tremendous. Thank you all for being here today. This is a moment to be remembered for civic pride, celebration, and community. Peoria's newest mural, Live Greater, is now gracing the side of the Niagara Parking Deck. Woohoo! This mural is more than just art. It's a reflection of us, the residents who make this city such a special place to live. Today, we stand before a powerful representation of who we are as a city, vibrant, diverse, and unified. I want to begin by acknowledging the team behind the mural. Thank you to Big Picture Peoria. With Doug and Eileen Lunig and Mark and Maggie Misselhorn, who are really adding to their legacy of murals with this newest edition. We thank you for approaching the city with this idea and your ongoing commitment to making Peoria the mural capital of the world. Thanks to the jury, comprised of city staff and stakeholders who selected this piece. And especially thank you to Alex Carmona, the artist. Alex moved to Peoria with his family 5 years ago and quickly became one of Peoria's most visible and positive ambassadors. With Alex's skill as a master printmaker, he has created a tapestry comprised of faces from our area. And speaking of the models, thank you to our Peoria area players. Thank you for lending your lives and your stories. Yes. Public art is a creative collaboration, emphasis on collaboration, and today reminds me of a quote from fiber artist Janet Eckelman. Eckelman is known for her large-scale interactive textile pieces that have been installed in Boston, Santa Monica, and Vancouver. No stranger to public art, she stated, "In my regular life, I am very involved in commissions for cities and sometimes countries, and I think of public art as a team sport. The outcome is only possible with the interaction of all the players." And what you're looking at today would not have been possible without the work of many. Thank you to the Gilmore Foundation and the Community Foundation of Central Illinois, who, along with the city's Tourism Reserve Fund, helped finance this piece. Thank you to the business owners and employees who have patiently endured the installation process. Thank you to Ryan Spain, OSF HealthCare, and Great Harvest Bread Company, who provided this beautiful space away from the construction noise, and thank you for this space. Thank you to city staff from Public Works, Community Development, Legal, and the City Manager's Office, who have assisted with this project every step of the way. And thank you to our own Stacy Peterson for her coordination. Thank you, Stacy, wherever you are. Public art has the unique ability to transform spaces and inspire us in our daily lives. It's a reminder that beauty can be found in unexpected places, even parking decks, and that our public spaces belong to everyone. Not only does the location elicit conversation, but also the content of the artwork. By installing this mural on a city-owned parking deck, we're not just beautifying a structure, we're sending a message. This is a city that values its people, its culture, and its creativity. We also know that public art is an economic driver, drawing visitors to specific places to see the artwork. The timing couldn't be better, with the ongoing conversion of Jefferson and Adams, specifically reverting to two-way traffic so people can slow down and perhaps enjoy a little of the art along their way. As you look at this mural, I hope you see yourselves in it. I hope you see the strength, resilience, and diversity that defines us. And I hope it serves as a daily reminder that each of us has a role to play in making our city a place where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. Let this mural stand as a beacon of our collective spirit and a symbol of our commitment to Peoria and the greater Peoria region. Together, we are creating a brighter, more inclusive future for our city. I would like to invite Mr. Mark Misselhorn, Vice President of Big Picture Peoria, to the lectern.
Thank you, Mayor Ali. Thanks for showing up. What a great crowd. Beautiful morning. And doesn't that mural look fantastic in the morning sun? And great comments from the mayor about, the importance of public art. But real quick, I'm Mark Misselhorn, the Vice President of Big Picture Peoria. Our other key board members and founders, if you'd hold up your hand, Doug and Eileen Loenig and my wife, Maggie. Maggie's a little shorter, so it's going to be harder to see. We are a small but mighty nonprofit arts organization that was founded just in 2018, and in that time we've collaborated on over 30 pieces of public art, mostly large-scale murals, hence Big Picture, the names, one of the meanings of that title. Just around the corner from this piece, Live Greater, of course, is Abraham Blue. That was sort of the dream that was kicked off on the Peoria County Courthouse, and having them near each other really makes a big difference, makes more of an impact, which I'll talk about in a second. But we've also worked on the Hello Peoria mural, which happens to be on another city-owned building, kind of as a south gateway. The beautiful mural that I see the artist Bob Doucette is here, that worked on the Simantel building, that was done actually in honor of my wife Maggie when she retired from Simantel. Portraits of Peoria, which are on the Peoria Public Library, the Washington Street Gallery, which is a building owned by John and Gina Wetzel that they wanted to do, an art installation on the Metro Center, and many others. But we do believe with Big Picture that art can change the face of a city and how we view ourselves and how others view us, and we're very proud to be a part of this. So we're here to dedicate. We tried to unveil, but the wind took the veil. But that way more people can see it sooner, so that's perfectly okay. And we didn't have to fret like, is that thing going to actually come down when we want it to? So that's all good. But we appreciate that effort by the Public Works. But this is a great collaborative effort. The mayor mentioned collaboration. We have to really give a very warm thank you to Laura Cullinan, who is the president of the Gilmore Foundation. Thank you. The foundation that Bob Gilmore created, former CEO of Caterpillar, has done so much good for the community, and I know they have their sights set higher, and we are so fortunate to have the Gilmore's trust and collaboration as we move forward with these pieces. So there will be more of these, by the way. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well. Mark Roberts with the Community Foundation of Central Illinois, they have more than one fund that's committed to the power of the arts in our community, and we're very thankful for them. And of course, the City of Peoria and Discover Peoria with the Tourism Reserve Fund. So all those made the funding possible, working with the city and the artists and working with Alex. It's been really a fun adventure. But I wanted to explain and describe why downtown. It could be anywhere, but downtown Peoria is so critical to our entire city and our entire region. A healthy city and region has a healthy central downtown, and we believe that downtown Peoria is our area's living room. It's where we can all gather. It's where everyone's welcome. It's right on the river. It's centrally located. And what do you have in a living room? You have really great artwork, right? And you have things that speak to you and where you're comfortable and it's welcoming. And that's what the idea behind these large-scale murals are. They make a visual impact. This particular piece you can see from the bridge. We're also going to be lighting it before the end of the year, so it's going to be lit as well as Abraham Blue, so even at night it's got a great presence. enlivening the street, making things safer and better, and that's all extremely important. Also, the reason it's downtown is because there's things happening downtown, aren't there, Mayor? With the one-way to two-way, I always say restoration, not conversion, because most of its life it was two-way traffic. And they decided in the 50s it was great to get people going 90 miles an hour to get out of the downtown. So with these improvements, it's going to be more walkable, it's going to be safer, and the building we're in and the big one next to us, OSF HealthCare, their huge commitment to downtown with their mission headquarters is really just a seminal moment, I think, in the evolution of our downtown. It's extremely important, so we're very thankful for that. Small business owners like Jackson Adams, it's like right below the mural there. Classics like George's Shoe Shine and others. A lot happening, and public art really helps set the table for that and makes it more beautiful. A point of pride. Murals like this. We also look at public art as part of our cultural infrastructure. I sort of like that term because it's critical cultural infrastructure. It's important for quality of life, people to enjoy. It's welcoming. It attracts and retains people. It's when there's polls taken of what's an attachment to a city, or why do people move, or why do they like to visit. Art and culture are very, very high on those lists. It makes a positive impact for visitors. So it's not just a nice to have, it's a got to have. And so we are doing more of that in our part. It's also important downtown because we have a great sculpture walk. We have permanent installations. The Peoria Riverfront Museum has great permanent installations as well, outside and inside. All of those things together make this a real arts destination. So we will all work together to continue to make that better and better. Alex Carmona, the artist, will speak more at the end of our talks about his journey and how he came about doing this great piece. But I wanted to give a little quick insight on how we came about this. We determined it was going to be called Live Greater because we wanted it to reflect why Peoria is such a great place to live, with the Gilmore Foundation being our lead funder and Choose Greater Peoria. That was very appropriate. So we created a sort of an outline and a goal for the artists to follow, not a visual goal, but an art direction to help them understand what's important. This is 10 months in the making. Something that big doesn't just happen, and there's lots of logistics, but we identified 20 artists that have local Peoria connections, quite a diverse group. They were very talented. They submitted their past materials. And then it was very difficult, but we culled that down to a list of 6 artists. And then we paid those 6 artists to do concepts of this piece. And the mayor mentioned a jury, which was Stacy Peterson from the city, Leah Allison from the city, Henry Blackwell, who is on the CFCI Art Grant Committee, Jack Barris, who owns Jackson Adams, Everly Davis with the PRM, and Doug Loinig from Big Picture. When they reviewed the 6 concepts, it was unanimous. It was a clear choice that this was the best fit. Alex's piece, his interpretation, and his story were really, really the best fit. So that's great to see. Well, and I mentioned that there's more large-scale art being actively planned by Big Picture with continuing funding from the Gilmore Foundation, and we look forward to talking to you more about those things, and also look for the Big Picture Film Festival, which happens to be at the Peoria Riverfront Museum, and later in November you'll be hearing more about that. So with that, thank you again. We're thrilled to be a part of this and to help contribute to Peoria's vibrancy. And now I'll introduce Laura Cullinan from the Gilmore Foundation.
Thanks, Mark. Today we celebrate living greater through art and design that encompasses all of the life that Peoria has to offer. The definition of community is a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. This morning I was reflecting on the why of today. Why are we here? Why did this happen? And it's striking to me that the reason we are all here today is the same. We all choose this community. We all choose Greater Peoria. But what is the characteristic we all share? What is it about the people that made this happen? Mark and Maggie Misselhorn and Doug and Eileen Loinig After working a lifetime to build businesses that lift up our community, they choose to spend their retirement further lifting up the community, working tirelessly to inspire us, to create, to connect. This project has been a year in the making, and they aren't finished yet. 2 more murals are coming downtown. The Misselhorns and the Loinigs work to bring joy, to create reflections of the spirit, of the diversity, and the unique qualities that make Peoria a great place to live, work, and thrive. Art connects, and it connects us to Alex and Chelsea Carmona and their beautiful children. After choosing Peoria to be their home, they quickly got to work, starting Art House Peoria, creating this mural, inspiring pride in our community. Reflecting this joy, this vibrancy attracts more people like the Loinigs, the Misselhorns, the Carmonas, people like you, people like John Morris. There's a million people that I've seen in this room, Abby Kaufman, people that love Peoria, Mark Roberts, that dedicate their lives to working to make Peoria better, not because of something they're going to get for themselves, but because they believe in this community. That is what makes Peoria different and so beautiful, and that's the thing that we have to tell the world. This is why Bob Gilmore chose Peoria. He knew we're a unique community with the potential to grow, not in just population, but livability, to be a place that the best and the brightest people choose to make their home. And I miss Samantha, and I know you're here, and you're such a huge part of Choose Greater Peoria. There are so many people that are working together to make this work. And finally, I want to thank the mayor and the city for believing in public art and for encouraging projects like this that enhance the vibrancy of our downtown. Thank you all.
Well, hi, I'm Mark Roberts from the Community Foundation of Central Illinois. The really good news is that the other speakers have said about 75% of the things I was going to say. I've already mentally edited my remarks, so we're going to be in good shape. But there is an anecdotal observation, is it seems like in our community, the last couple of years, we've had a lot more celebrations, right, about great things that are happening in this community, right, Mayor? I mean, it's part of it. And so I think that's a shout out to everything that's going on here. It's just wonderful. And actually, another observation is about 2/3 of those seem to be held at the Peoria Riverfront Museum anymore, right? John Morris and team are doing all the things. So it's great. I also am the first person to say we're a huge crowd standing in here in Great Harvest Space. Buy things from them before we leave, okay? Let's support them. It's great. The Community Foundation provided a grant for this, to Big Picture for this purpose as part of our spring community arts grants. And I went back a few days ago and read the grant proposal that they submitted. And Eileen, did you write this or did you? Okay, she wrote it. So the reason I'm lifting it up is there's a couple of lines in here that are absolutely lovely in regards to the thought process that went in behind this. How about step into a world where buildings and public spaces are inspiration? And how about these murals will resonate with the spirit of living larger and loving deeper? And finally, murals serve as landmarks, not just for navigation, but as symbols of a welcoming and vibrant city, which is what our city is. So good job on that, Eileen. It was really good. And I had some other comments about public art, but I think we've covered the public art aspect of it. But there is an angle of all of this that we haven't yet talked about that's important to me and important to the Community Foundation, and that is really the topic of collaboration. Think what it took to get to where we are standing here at this moment. It took Big Picture and Doug and Eileen and Mark and Maggie and their board of directors, and it took the Gilmore Foundation and Laura and that board of directors, and it took the city of Peoria, the mayor, the council, all kinds of staff doing things, including Stacy. It took, of course, the artist, Alex Carmona, and all the great things that he's done. We're in OSF's building, we're standing here in Great Harvest Space, and dozens of others that I certainly can't even begin to lift up because I'll leave someone out. Collaboration, though, is at the heart of what we are doing here in this community, and that's incredibly important. The Community Foundation is proud to play just this very small role in doing this, but it's a role only made possible by the generosity of community members, people just like you that come alongside the Community Foundation, donate established charitable funds under the umbrella of our foundation, and then you entrust us to make good decisions about how to use those to improve the quality of life in this community. That is a solemn honor that we take under consideration at the foundation. So there are good people helping us to help the community, and so we're pleased to be able to do it. This event is really energizing to me. I've been doing this for over 16 years now, and I see the momentum that's being built and all the wonderful things that are happening. And we're talking a lot at the foundation increasingly about the arts. How can we support arts organizations? How can we support individual working artists in this community? How can the arts help to drive economic development? How can the arts drive tourism to our community? And on and on and on. We're going to continue to think about that because all of you care about that, and it's part of our work. So, in summary, I think everything we're doing here is perfectly reflective of Choose Greater Peoria. We're all here to work greater. We're all here to play greater. We're all here to live greater. So this awesome new mural that we're all looking at right here is another wonderful feather in the cap of Peoria. So let's all keep working together and let's be proud. It's really a pleasure to be a part of this, and thank you very much. And now I need to get out of the way because the person of the hour is the person I'm about to introduce, the artist, Alex Carmona.
Well, thank you everybody for being here. I don't want to take up too much time. Everybody's been talking about public art, and I had a lot of comments on that, but we're going to keep rolling through. So I want to start off by thanking all these great models for allowing us to use their image and to really show what Peoria is all about. My beautiful wife Chelsea and I, along with our 3 kids, Alessandra, Felix, and Carmela, all moved here from Colorado about 5 years ago. And we quickly fell in love with Peoria and realized that it is a very unique city and that there's a lot of love going on around here. Since then, we've actually gotten 3 friends, 3 couples to move here from Colorado, a place that is... And it didn't take a lot of work. I mean, people come and visit us, and they see right away how special this city is. As far as the mural goes, I really want to thank the city of Peoria. A lot's been said about art, and I'm happy that I'm a part of a community, like a lot of the ones that we like to visit, that put art at the forefront and really help enrich the community. So thank you to the city of Peoria. Thank you to the Gilmore Foundation and the Community Foundation of Central Illinois for helping making all of this happen. And a big thank you to Big Picture Peoria, the whole team, Doug and Eileen. It has been just a pleasure working with you two, and I am proud to call all of you my friends. I do want to take a quick minute to talk about the mural. So if my little Carmela could come over here. Felix, you want to grab the print? Okay, come over. Okay, so I'll quickly just explain what I do for a living. I'm an artist, but I have a kind of unusual art form that's not really, it's not seen as much these days anymore because it's very old. So this mural started out as a wood carving. This is a block of wood. It's all hand carved with sharp gouges. And essentially at the end of the carving process, it becomes a stamp. So that's why everything's backwards here. So I'll roll ink on it, lay the paper on top, and you get a print. So these are original prints that I made off of this wood block. To everybody who was involved, including the models, I have an original print that I would like to give to all of you. So thank you very much. I do have one final thank you, and it's to my best friend and my wife, Chelsea. I'm eternally grateful for your support, and I couldn't have done anything with my art career without you. So, thank you. I want to conclude by saying that I want to continue to help this city however I can, because I know that by working together, we can make Peoria one of the greatest cities, not only in Illinois, but in the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Before we close out, I just want to, again, thank Great Harvest, encourage you to patronize Great Harvest before you leave. And I want to acknowledge, we have 2 council members that are present. Councilmember Riggenbach, can you raise your hand? Councilmember Greb, raise your hand. Are there any other, Councilmember Allen? Any other council members here? Thank you very much. And again, thank you for lending your beautiful faces. And we're going to go outside and take pictures in front of the mural as you wish. Thank you very much.